if you did healthy, if your spine was already healthy from birth, because you should be getting checked at birth. That's one of the most traumatic places, especially if it's C-section or forceps or something to that effect. And the fact that kids are falling all the time. We just talked about that research article, didn't we? If your spine is healthy as you develop and age, this is pretty much all you need to do to continue to maintain it. Short of you're falling down and you're an elite athlete, you're going to need to get adjusted to keep your spine and maintain it. But this is imperative to it, okay? So we got wobble disc. That's something you do, go through certain ranges of motion. Can you hand me the, show me the Dennerrolls, or grab them both. So these are, once you take your x-rays, if you're prescribed these, you may or may not be prescribed these. These are called Dennerrolls. They're gluten-free Dennerrolls, okay? So this is shaped and modeled after the actual ideal curve of your cervical spine.
That looks familiar for me.
Yeah. He may or may not have one of these.
That I have to use on a daily basis.
Yeah. And so it doesn't feel great the first couple minutes you start to use it, but it's not supposed to feel great. It's supposed to help remodel your spinal structure and put your neck and your spine back in normal anatomical alignment, along with the adjustments.
Yeah.
Those get the joints moving properly. This helps mold the ligaments, which is so key. How many times we talk about ligamentous injury? This one would be for your low back. Now, depending on what your x-rays show, you may place it like this, or it may be more of a thoracic area of the thoracolumbar dysfunction, and you may need it to be placed like this. But we'll show you that, and you may not need it at all.
Now, I have a question about those two that Eric may be asking, or some of our listeners may be asking at home. So since those are norm referenced, right? You said they are based on anatomically what's considered to be the ideal healthy spine.
Correct.
Since those are norm referenced, then everybody should strive to have the ideal healthy alignment of the spine.
Absolutely.
Do they need prior imaging, even though it would obviously be better and beneficial for them? Is that a necessity that they have to get imaging first, or are those something like, even if I wanted to get started right now before I get in to see a chiropractor like Dr. Ryan, who I trust and that I feel comfortable going to, if I want to start right now, am I able to order those and use those immediately, or should I wait until I have the imaging first and then see if they're necessary or what have you?
Yeah. For those specific things, absolutely you need imaging.
All right.
And bend it like this. Okay. So let's say your neck looks like this, and we need to remodel your neck. So you need to place it here so that your neck bends that way.
Yes.
If we place it up here, you're gonna screw up the rest of this curve here, but only fix. Well, you're not fixing this, but you're gonna. The point is, you put it in the wrong place. Your neck's going to mold along with no.
So everybody could use that and will benefit from it regardless. But it's just a matter of where you're placing it and how to properly use it.
Yeah. Here's a perfect example of when you wouldn't do it. I've seen people come in with perfect cervical alignments. However, they've got so much forward head posture, back to that doctor we talked about before, so much forward head posture that if an untrained doctor of chiropractic, any doctor, untrained in expert spinal biomechanics, were to see your x-ray, they would say that you had an unhealthy neck because it was so far forward.
Because it looks like the posture is forward. Okay.
However, that is true. You have forward head posture, and that's crushing the spinal cord and causing a lot of damage. It's not so much doing it up here, although it is tethering that area of the spinal cord. The damaged and injured area is coming from your thoracic cage. So what we need to fix is not your neck. So you would not need a Dennerroll for your neck. In fact, that would worsen it. That would just push your head further forward.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. So you would need something in the thoracic region, which we also have those. I didn't bring it with me because they're those contraptions are a lot more medieval looking.
Gotcha.
And, but that's a great question. Yes, you need imaging. Are there things you can do right now? Absolutely. That's the spinal hygiene stuff. And the stuff we talked about last week, or maybe it was the week before, when we talked about the pillow.
Yep. CBP pillow.
The CBP pillow. Or roll up a towel, tie it really tight, and put it under the mid part of your neck, not the back of your skull, because you're just gonna cause worsened posture. Okay. Or a pillow under your low back to help accentuate the normal healthy curves. Is that going to fix anything? No, but it's at least going to help take undue pressure off. Hopefully that answers the question.
And probably, I would assume it's going to help or stop the problem from getting worse. So it may not get you
definitely
back
the
to
goal.
normal, but it's going to stop you from worsening your issues until you're able to see someone who can readjust you and put you where you need to be over time.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So what is this thing? You brought all these gizmos and gadgets, and I see this bad boy, which I asked that rhetorically because I know what this is, but could we explain to other people what this is?
So there's a couple ways you can hang it on the wall, but this is for the upper cervical region. This is what I use for part of my spinal hygiene. There are not even every CVP trained chiropractor agrees with this, but I do. I like it for various reasons. I won't go into the minute details. This does sort of fall into the something's better than nothing category.
Okay.
Again, disclaimer, I could spend like 8 hours talking about exactly why I choose to use this.